So my point is that things like war and starvation and sort of basic problems that we have wouldn't occur if your energy rose to the heart, if you activated this energy center. You would always be in the mode of caring and sharing. So there would all the problems that we normally, thank you, that we would normally have on Earth would no longer exist. So I feel that song is like a grassroots way to change the world in a sort of mystical way, changing the consciousness of people, because then their actions and their thoughts and their words change, as I mentioned before. Very simple, right? Seems simple. But to get a person who's bent upon war to come to a gathering and say, yeah, I'd like to change myself, you actually have to have some desire to want to feel some love instead of war against your neighbor. Because war against your neighbor means war inside. You have an inner war that is reflected to the outside. What happens inside is manifested out. So if you're conflicted inside, then outside's not going to look so good. But if you're like space, you're beautiful and just you feel the love here, then you're going to see everything in a loving perspective. So even things that seem dark and cruel, you appreciate. You appreciate because, you know why? This is fascinating. You immediately feel like, oh, that person who's the so-called victim of some sort of crime, they're learning something, or they can learn something from this experience. Because the difficulties and challenges in life catalyze change within you to become a greater being, a more expanded being. That's why we even came down to Earth for, so we could experience the difficulties, so we could grow in consciousness. Because if everything is so sweet and lovely, how can you grow? You're not put in any challenge. You have to have challenge to break out into a different level of consciousness. Like, think about this. Like, if everyone was just so sweet and kind and loving towards you, how could you challenge your insecurities, for instance? I need the person who's like, throwing a tomato at me or something, or saying, that's all nonsense, because then it might activate my insecurities. Oh God, what they think of me. And then I have to process what that is so I can become more confident, more aware, more, So I need the challenges. One of the great benefits of being like a monk is like, you never know. You go from house to house and you meet all kinds of personalities and get into all kinds of situations. There's no stable comfort zone that I could get into. Because once you get into the comfort zone, no more growth. And some people strive their whole life to get into a comfort zone so that they can retire and then go on vacations and have a happy life. This is not the point, to go on to have a bucket list of vacations that you go on. I'm going to go to Hawaii and Jamaica and the Poconos or something. I don't know where people go. This is not the point. You want to create an inner paradise, not seek out an outer paradise. Everyone goes for outer paradise to feel more comfortable. How about an inner exploration of your being and a rooting out of all the darkness so that you can feel more alive? You'll find as that happens, you won't need to go on vacation anywhere. You will be so content with yourself